Less than 24 hours ago, the fine folks over at Amazon KDP rolled out some interesting news over in the KDP Forum, actually otherwise known as KDP Community, which is the community tab inside your KDP dashboard. So what was this announcement and how does it pertain to account holders, and does it affect everybody? Is it good? Is it bad? We will discuss that in today's broadcast. Let me know, first of all, before we do dive into things, where are you watching things from? Have you heard about the news and what are your thoughts? I definitely would love to hear your candid thoughts inside the comments. And please, as per usual, let's go ahead and keep it PG, family friendly. I know some people get a little bit passionate and start to throw in some adult words. Let's go ahead and try to keep that thing family friendly. So where are you watching from? I want to hear from you here. So let's go ahead. Let's jump right into things. I don't want to overcomplicate stuff because it is pretty big news and it pertains to everybody. Everybody. So let's go ahead and move on over here to the KDP Forum Post, identity verification for KDP. Okay, this is interesting. It starts out hot. We know exactly what it's about. So let's go ahead and dive a little bit deeper here. KDP is committed to providing legitimate authors and publishers with a trustworthy and enjoyable publishing experience. In order to further protect that experience, we're introducing identity verification for KDP. Beginning today, KDP authors and publishers may be prompted to submit a photo of their government-issued identification, which will match against their current account information. We take privacy seriously, and we handle personal information in accordance with Amazon's privacy notice and delete all identity documents after the ID verification process is complete. Once the match is confirmed, authors and publishers will be able to proceed with using their KDP account. We will continue to develop technology and tools that maintain a high bar for publishing and bookstore experience, and that allow us to maintain the wide selection of titles that we offer to customers. Thank you for being part of the KDP community. Okay, this sounds good. And for many reasons, we've run into some issues in the past here of scammers and fraudsters that are abusing the KDP system. And it seems like this is a pretty good step in the right direction. But I have a lot of questions and there's so many implications. And I think that KDP read my mind. They knew I was going to probably go live with this, so they put together a frequently asked questions section. What are your thoughts so far on this? I want to hear from you. It's so important within this community. It's not just me talking to you from a mountaintop. This is a discussion that we're having amongst each other. And please feel free to join me on Discord at daylinks.com/Discord, where we can continue the conversation long after this video is all set. So let's switch over to the FAQ. What is identity verification? ID verification is one of many tools for providing authors and publishers with a trustworthy, enjoyable experience and for protecting KDP readers from fraud and abuse. With identity verification, some KDP authors and publishers may be prompted to submit their government-issued identification. Seems a little redundant. Which will match against their account information. When that match is confirmed, those publishers will be able to proceed with using their account as normal. All identity documents are deleted after the ID verification process is complete. Okay, so if you're out there, you're kind of going, oh, well, no, I don't want any of my pertinent personal information floating around online. They're reassuring you that, hey, look, we're just going to cross-check to make sure you are who you say you are. Now, I've heard some questions, at least inside my Discord community, some people are concerned. They're like, but what if I do a pen name? What if I publish a pen name? Your pen name shouldn't be the name that's associated to your account, the business entity, if you will, whether it be a sole proprietorship or your personal social security number or an LLC or an incorporation. That won't have any type of issues. So regardless of how many pen names that you have with inside your account, this won't affect you. They just want to make sure that the person that's running the account is actually the person that should be there. This is going to hopefully mitigate some of the issues of some people that, first of all, go in, they get banned from KDP, then they go and create a new LLC, come back in and slip in there. So that means that a lot of these folks, these fraudsters that have been abusing the system and going in and trying to abuse those loopholes are going to probably go bye-bye. See ya, out of here. This could probably also be an implication that we can think about is some of the people that are going in and pirating books. I don't think they're going to be giving any type of personal information, so chances are once they're caught not matching then they're going to get their accounts removed. So this is a good step in the right direction, but let's not be too presumptive just yet. Let's go ahead and take a look at the other FAQs. Will all KDP publishers need to submit some form of ID? At this time, only some publishers will be prompted to complete ID verification. ID verification will expand to more authors over time. So breathe a sigh of relief. Your chances are very likely you won't be getting a notification if you've been on the straight and narrow and you've been doing things just right. But I'm going to give you some safe practices to make sure that you don't fall through the cracks and end up getting your account banned because of this ID verification system. What are you doing to protect publishers' privacy? We understand the importance of protecting publisher and author privacy and security, and personal info is treated in accordance with Amazon's privacy and security policies. For further info, Amazon's privacy notice is available here. All identity documents are deleted after the ID verification process is complete. So this is kind of nice that we just send in our documentation. They're like, hey, great, you're good. Keep going on with your bad self, and then they just toss out that information. So it's good. I like the fact that my driver's license isn't going to be floating around online and picked up by some data miners or something like that. What will you do with the ID information you collect? All ID documents are deleted after the verification process is complete. Okay, they're very thorough about telling you that. How will I be prompted and how much time is there to respond? You'll be prompted to verify your identity via an identity verification required account banner and an email notification. Once prompted, you will be asked to respond by the date that is in the email and account banner. Okay, so you're going to be notified of two ways, is what it's saying. You go into your account, there's going to be a banner that says, boom, it's right there. It's going to say, hey, we need identity verified. Now, I don't know what those steps are going to be. I haven't been prompted myself. I popped into my account. Doesn't look like there's anything there. So it looks like I'm one of the many people that aren't going to get targeted on something like this. And then the email notification, which if you are running a KDP account, you should have an email associated to that account that you have at least a semi-regular basis of checking. When I mean semi-regular, at least daily to as much as every other day, because there's a lot of instances where they expect a response on some of the notifications that they'll send out. So for instance, if they want you to prove that you have the copyright to a publication, they will typically tell you that you have up to 72 hours. Now, it might be less than that, it might be more, but to my recollection, it's typically within 72 hours, which is 3 days. That's why I recommend, if you have an email associated to your account, you can't just simply let that email just collect a bunch of emails and just have it all clustered up and you don't know what's going on. Check that email. It is absolutely vital. As long as you are publishing through Amazon KDP, that email is your lifeline. You absolutely need to do that. So that's the best practice I highly recommend that you look into. So what will happen to the account and content of a publisher who does not verify their identity? If a publisher is unable to verify their identity, they may pursue our appeals process. If we are not able to verify a publisher's identity, we may close their KDP account and remove their titles from sale. Woo! So if you didn't take my best practices tip before, you might want to do that now, because they are not playing around. And sure, they say they're going to put a banner within your dashboard, but just the same, better safe than sorry. Check your email on a semi-regular basis, just to make sure KDP's not in there. And even go into your spam folder from time to time, because you never know, it might pop on into there. So important that you keep an eye on that email. So I can't tell you how many authors I've run into where they have an email that's like their spam email and they just put KDP onto that. And that's not a good best business practice, because KDP wants to work with authors that are going to be very attentive to KDP's needs. And once when you're not attentive to it, bye-bye, you're out of here. So why are you launching this now? ID verification will reduce abuse of bad actors, which will have a positive impact on customers' book buying experience. So that is the entire piece right now in its entirety. I just did its entire piece in its entirety. There you go. I'm smart sometimes. If you want to read that yourself and disseminate everything that you just saw, you can go ahead. There's a link inside the description down below that you can go ahead and look at that. Go into the KDP community, just take a look. It's, believe it or not, the community forum is useful, especially for announcements and things like this. So I want to hear from you. What do you think? Is this good? Is this bad? So I want to go ahead and throw in my opinions here. This is my opinions from this point on. Why is KDP doing this? Well, they were pretty transparent. They're doing it to mitigate any issues with bad actors, people that are fraudsters and scammers. Fraudsters and, yeah, screw it. We're going to go with scamsters today. But they are really trying to crack down on that stuff. And I know that I've said in the past that there are so many safeguards that we need to put in place. I even recommended in a previous video on my main channel that they should probably consider having a higher barrier of entry. Like, in order to actually get an account, maybe they have to go through, all account holders need to go through KDP Jumpstart and then go through a test or a quiz in order to actually get the access. Now, some people might feel that that's just a little bit overboard, but I think in a certain instance that it will, first of all, mitigate any type of issues of bad actors, because bad actors aren't going to want to bother with any type of testing or anything else like that. They're going to, that's too hard. I'm not going to bother with it. And the ones that do are probably going to get pinched in ID verifications like this. So there is that. I did share it with the KDP team. They seem receptive to it. I don't know that that's going to be anything that they're going to roll out, because it's just a wild Dale theory and an idea. What are the implications on something like this? Well, there's so many implications that we can kind of say. I guess it's just, we could spend the next 2 hours discussing the implications and exactly what this means. But what this does mean is there is a change. There is a change that you and everybody else needs to be aware of. Even if you are on the straight and narrow and you've done everything you should be doing, this does not mean that you have immunity from having to do the ID verification. And if you're crossing your arms and going, I'm not going to give them my ID, then they're going to just revoke access. So, and if you feel that way, you don't want to be able to give your ID, that's fine, but just keep in mind, they said they're going to close that account, and KDP has been known to withhold earnings from time to time. Now, will that happen? They don't really say here, but if you go and you review the terms and conditions, they say if you're not following any of their guidelines, then you could lose those earnings. So, again, dig deeper into something like this. This is a Dale theory. This is an implication that I believe is happening right now. There's going to be some false positives from time to time. There's going to be some people that are going to get targeted, and they're going to be, oh, I'm being unfairly targeted. No, chances are very likely they have some type of an algorithm or a system that automated goes through and says, ooh, this account doesn't seem quite right. And so then it will go ahead and ask for the ID verification. So are KDP account holders safe? To me, I think that this right here indicates more safety across the board. I really like it. Is it ideal? No. But in order to really get the instances of bad actors happening in the KDP platform, I think it's the best step in the right direction. I was real excited to find out this news yesterday. So much so I was getting ready to go live, but it was pretty late by the time I had saw this. What should KDP account holders do? I've already said it. Monitor your email. It is absolutely critical. If you are not monitoring your email on a regular basis, you're walking a tightrope here. You are really just playing with fire. Monitor your email on a regular basis. This means so much. Do I expect you to have inbox zero? No. That's definitely the way I like to do my business on a day-to-day basis. But as long as you know exactly what emails are coming in on a regular basis and who it's from, it makes all the difference. And one little tip that I'm going to give you as well is, because there are a lot of bad actors that will pop into your email inbox, always confirm that whoever it's coming from is coming from an Amazon representative. So it's going to have some type of an Amazon, email address. It's not going to be like some random like kdppublisher.amazon or something like that. No. So always verify that the emails that you're getting from are not from fake account holders. So what are your thoughts? I definitely would love to hear from you. We're going to go ahead and pop right on in over into the live chat. I want to first of all say what's up to a few people here, and let's go over here. M. Winkler Books, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I finally catching a live. Yeah, you got it. Watching from Nigeria, yes. Big shout out to my folks over in Nigeria. One of my top audiences, a lot of my top audiences, let's see here, is US, UK, Canada, Nigeria, and India. Yeah, Australia too. Big shout out to Aussies. All right, moving further forward, John Keeler. What's going on, John? How's it going, man? Julia Stuber, I read it already in a Facebook group, and I think it's a wise move. Julia from Germany. There we go. Big shout out to Germany. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully it's not too late out there, Julia. But yes, I agree with you. I just took the time. I sent an email over to the KDP team, and I just applauded them. This is a fantastic step in the right direction. It makes me feel a little more at ease knowing that they're putting safeguards in place, not to just protect themselves, but to protect everybody in general. I have no idea what's going on. Watching from Arizona. Ooh, how warm is it out there right now? Kim Arnold, Google just did the same thing with Workspace and ads. There we go. What government issue ID has me concerned, but I like the idea of confirming someone who they say they are. Yeah. It is a little bit concerning. Obviously, it's not like we like to share our government issued ID across the world, but they've really, I think they said it 3 times, like, your ID's safe, we're going to get rid of it as soon as we just confirmed it. So that's good. But yes, driver's license, passport, etc. for sure. What's going on, Butcher? It's great to see you, buddy. And hopefully this will stop shutting down KDP accounts willy-nilly. Yeah, well, we will see that in due time, Julia. What I mean is, when you do things right and they will still shut you down, then maybe it will stop them from doing this. I hope so too. I hope so. I used a pen name all the way as it was my real identity. SSN I provided is real. Am I screwed? Ooh, Sasha, yeah, you definitely need to have a real name inside your account. So what I would recommend is that you reach out to the KDP team through the contact us feature at the bottom of your dashboard and let them know, be like, hey, I was not aware that I wasn't supposed to put a pen name here. The social security number matches this name. The name that you put associated to your KDP account is not public. It is not public. A lot of people make the mistake and they're putting a pen name, or they put a business name without having a business entity associated to it. And that actually could create some serious issues. Just, Sasha, what I would say is reach out to them and let them know extenuating circumstances. Say, I just heard about this. I just want to make sure I protect my account. Could we be able to switch my name? You might be able to just go in there and just switch it yourself without them knowing. Go in, put it on in there, and then hit save. If they ask for ID verification, great, you're good to go. Whereas if you have a pen name and it does not match that social security number, then you might run into some issues. Now, if you're giving in a government ID, though, to my knowledge, I don't think I've got a social security number on my driver's license. So that might not match. I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking out my rear end. I can't recall having a social security number on my driver's license, but could be just Ohio. I just logged into KDP and I didn't get the banner. Oh, good. Everybody else, if you can, while you're watching, open up a new tab, and I want to do a little bit of an experiment. See if you've gotten the banner, and I would like to hear if you've gotten the banner and what you're doing next. So I think part of my issue is I've lost a lot of trust I had in Amazon. They say they'll delete it, but they said a lot of things in the past. I also wonder how to secure it. It is to send my ID to them. Yeah. This is one of the huge reasons why I like to lean on a good VPN, so that way I'm not getting hacked or anything else like that. Now, will that mean that it's going to be safe as soon as it's in Amazon's hands? Remains to be seen. I can't do anything about what they're doing there, and I think the same thing could be said. I used my PIN name when I signed up years ago, but I used my legal name in SSN on the US tax info. I'm hoping I'm not screwed as well. No, you're good. If you have a pen name that's associated, like, you can have 50,000 pen names inside your KDP account. What they're looking at is who is the account holder and does it match the ID. So you should be 100% fine. Thank you so much, Dale, for sharing this with us. You got it. David Lee, I believe this was expected. Nice. I believe this shouldn't be a problem. Good. Hopefully they don't catch me on my publisher name. I dealt with it before. Who knows? I'll have to wait. Okay. I'm trying to peel through all the comments. Please, folks, let me know what's going on. I didn't get the banner when I logged in. No banner, no mail. Good. Me too. No banner yet. Didn't get the banner. All right, keep it coming, folks. Go into your KDP account while I'm here if you actually got the notification. Always appreciate your updates and advice. Watching from Canada. Yes, Canada. I love you guys up there. Just joined the live. What's going on, Alina? Hopefully you caught a little bit of the broadcast already, but we're talking about the ID verification. There is a link inside the description down below. You can always watch the replay here of this live broadcast. I go by Ron Ward Jr., but my legal name is Ronald Ward Jr. You probably should be fine. I don't think they're going to be splitting hairs on something like that. Hi, sir. I use a pen name and do not use my real name. Will this cause any problems? So long as that pen name is not the account holder that you're putting on there, you should probably be fine. The books that you do should not affect that. Now, this is my opinion, okay? It's just my theory. So if you feel like it's better to be safe than sorry than trust a bald-headed YouTuber spouting out some stuff, contact the support on something like that. But to me, all they're looking at is who holds this account and does this ID match up with that. So Onyeka from Nigeria. Nice. I see my folks over in Nigeria. Love you guys over there. Just hearing about this for the first time. It's a great idea. I agree. Only 6 p.m. on a very humid day. Atlanta, Georgia. Nice. ATL in the house. Louisville, Kentucky. Yes. Doug Collins. Always appreciate your updates and advice. M. Winkler said it well. Friendly reminder to hit that like button. I've registered at every stage as if my pen name was my real name. Is there a process to come clean so that they won't ban my account? Yeah, so again, just go in, hit the contact us, or you can always just go into your account and fix it now. But yeah, just come clean. I think you should be 100% safe. That's just, again, my opinion. I don't know if they're going to be like, well, time to shut your account down because you've been faking with us the whole time. I think if you can just admit to them that, hey, look, I didn't intend to fool or deceive you. So there we go. Bestsellers Hot Deal says, I believe this was expected. Yes, I really. No emails yet today. Good, Butcher. I'm glad to hear that, buddy. Good to know. Good stuff. All right, let's go over into the podcast notes here. And by the way, I'm just going to go ahead and pop this up on the screen. That's exactly where I'm going. Aaron Legacy says, watching from the UK, only heard about it on your Discord. Good. By the way, join Discord, folks, dalelinks.com. It's inside the description down below. Come on over, dalelinks.com/Discord. Join the party. There's almost 1,000 authors over there. Let's see if we can tip that over here today. Chris Chitchat says, I agree. Glad to see Amazon's cracking down some, but honestly, it should have happened years ago. They have the money to invest in tech to ensure quality experience for readers and publishers. Chris, no argument here. I honestly, and I believe they probably would say the same thing themselves, because they probably have to deal with that stuff on a regular basis. Wonder what will happen for people who legitimately don't have an ID and don't drive and hold a passport, etc. Yikes. Yeah. Man, you'd probably have to cross that bridge when it comes. So some libraries have photos on their cards and are considered government issued. So maybe a library card could be usable if you don't have a passport or driver's licenses. Yeah. I think it's a generally good idea. Less bad actors will be good. Yeah, for sure. No banner for me. Good. No banner for me. All right, good. Seems like a reasonable request considering if you want to get verified on X or Facebook or Instagram, you need to provide ID verification. I know I have no issue. Jam, I agree. You are so right on something like that. So what do you guys and gals think? Is this something that is good? Is this something bad? Are we going to see some type of a fallout from the situation? I want to hear from you as well. Would you think having a different name as the bank account holder would cause issues? I'm using my father's bank because I first created the account. I had just applied to a bank account. Oh man. I would think that it's going to probably be whatever's matching the tax ID that you have within the account. But if you get the notification, then ask them. I would say asking them now probably is not necessary unless they actually do come out and say something. So from Italy, big shout out to my folks over in Italy. What's going on, Ross Brand? How you doing, buddy? I forgot to text you last night about this. Big shout out to Ross Brand, good friend of mine. So signed in, no banner. Nice. I didn't get any banner. Good. I didn't get one either. Do you know how long you get to provide the ID? I'm about to go on a cruise with limited internet access. Oh my gosh, JC. The wow. Oh, geez. I think usually just based on their verification process, it's typically, like I said, a 72-hour thing. But that's usually not the ID verification stuff. It's typically like you got to verify your copyright, and they'll say you have 72 hours to respond. In an extenuating circumstance such as that, I would say that when you come back from your cruise, I mean, don't freak out. Don't spend all your time going and logging into your email and your KDP account, like worried that you're going to get banned. I think in an extenuating circumstance such as that, if that were to happen and you get back from your cruise and you notice you got the verification, your account's shut down, reply to that email, tell them the extenuating circumstance, verify that you were on this cruise with like a snapshot of your ticket and say, hey, I want to go ahead and comply with you. My apologies. I was out of range and I was unable to do that. But I think you probably should be fine, Jay. But please let me know what type of banner should I be looking for. It'll literally pop up like at the top. That's usually where they will notify you. It says Ronald Ward Jr. under legal name, so I'm good. Good. Dale, are you going to be live at this time every day again? No, Ron, I'm sorry. This is a pop-up breaking news segment. I won't be going live every day at this time. Thanks so much for awesome work as usual, Dale. No banner for me, but I don't use a pen name, so that makes sense. Good stuff. Bestsellers, hot deals. I love you too. I love all you guys. You guys are all fantastic. You know, you make my day. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for the update. How will the new ID verification system affect authors using pen names? What specific steps do we need to verify our accounts under the new system? So with the pen names, any of the publishing, the books that you're putting out, I don't think that they're cross-checking, like if you've got ownership of that pen name. What they're looking at particularly is who's the account holder and will that ID match up for that? So what I had said earlier to somebody else, I think it was Sasha, had mentioned that she was using her pen name inside the actual tax information. Now, she was giving her the proper tax information, but the pen name was put in that spot. What I would recommend in that instance is don't do that. You want to give your actual legal name or business name, be it the tax ID that you're giving to them. You want to have that within your account. If you're doing pen names inside your publishing account, that's not what they're looking at, trying to confirm, to my knowledge. It just seems that they're looking at who is legally holding this account and does it match with that ID. So, Sayad Abdu is my pen name. Nice. Iowa, U.S. Nice. Good. Thank you so much for tuning in there, Deborah. I appreciate it. Just a quick little shameless self-plug. You guys are already tuning in. I might as well go ahead and get my latest publication of self-publishing for new authors. It's available over at dalelinks.com/new authors. If you already got a copy, it'd mean the world to me if you took a little bit of time, whether you liked it, disliked it, or were indifferent, post a review or at least a rating on any of the major fine online retailers. But again, that's dalelinks.com/new authors. Who all's got a copy of that so far? New banner. I'm good. Nice. No banner here yet either. Oh, good. Quiet Deluxe, what's going on? Great to see you, Ava. No banner for me yet. Good. TikTok and Etsy make you provide ID also. Yeah, it was just due to happen. What about authors who are using company names instead of their legal name? For example, if I use WriterWorks University on the tax info with an EIN, would that possibly trigger a problem? Chances are very likely then you would probably take any of the legal paperwork for your business entity and it would probably have your name associated to that. It should have your name associated to it. So in an instance like for mine, I run an LLC. So I would just provide not only my government issued ID, but I will also give the paperwork that proves that I own the company and that I run the company. So that's a great question. It's a good thing to think about there, Tanisha. I'm glad you brought that up there. My boy, always breaking the news first. Yeah, you got it, Vincent. I think you and I were chatting about this last night for a while there. Hey, everyone, just got here and catching up. Good, Susan. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks, Dale. Love your channel and your work. Thank you. My sales got shut off from social media after Amazon shut down my account because of a category. Correction, on an old book that I haven't even been marketing. Anyone else had this problem? Oh, yes. If they discover that you have selected the wrong category or an improper category for your publication, they will shut your account down. They do not mess around. They want to make sure that whatever category you're using, any keywords that you're using, even your book description, all that stuff needs to be above board. Now, Deborah, you probably feel that you selected the right category. So what I would recommend is do a little bit of pushback. Give, verifiable proof, certifiable proof. Validate the fact that that category you selected was in fact associated to your book and it should have been done. Now, in the event that you did not select that category, give them proof that you didn't select that and that they put it onto yours. But I would recommend do a little bit of pushback, and obviously it's not ideal, but the only way for you to appeal is through the notification email that you got that your account is closed down. The next step is going to be getting a lawyer. Now, I believe Julie Broad actually had shared a resource for me for lawyers, but it runs a pretty penny, like $1,500 or $2,500, and they will go in and reinstate your Amazon account, so long as you were in the clear and it was a false positive sort. So didn't get a banner, but went into my account and completed my form just to be on the safe side. Oh yes, double check your tax forms, folks. Make sure everything's on the up and up For sure. I've got to run, but appreciate you going live on this. Yeah, you got it. If anybody's got questions, please fire away. Tuned in late. Could you do a quick summary? Watching from Paradise, California. Yes, Dan, right now, KDP is doing ID verifications on some account holders to hold bad actors and fraudsters at bay. And the only way that you're going to know if they need a verification from you is you go log into your KDP account. And I recommend that you go ahead and do that now. And if you see there's a banner at the top that they need verification, it'll be obvious. If they need ID verification, follow the steps from there. And you also get an email notification. And as I'd mentioned before, the best practices for emails is any of the emails that you have associated to your KDP account, the one email that you have associated to it, make sure you're checking it on a semi-regular basis, at least daily, if not every other day. Don't go more than 3 days, because in a lot of instances, when KDP needs an answer, they're typically looking to get it within a few days. So just be mindful of something like that. I was able to recover from being banned because of a wrong category. I told KDP that it was all my mistake and would, of course, change it as soon as I am back online. There we go. There's a good tip there for you there, Deborah. Julia Stuber actually shared some great information. Thank you so much, Julia. I appreciate that. Let's go on over into the chat comments for the podcast here. I think it's a good idea, but I'm worried about... Oops, hang on a second. I forgot to shut off the other comment. There we go. All right. Coming back over here. I think it's a good idea, but I'm worried about implementation and privacy. Also, I easily changed the name on my KDP account after I legally changed my name without Amazon asking for any proof. There you go. There you go. How about a non-English ID? In my case, it's entirely in Japanese. They're going to need to learn how to read Japanese. I'm sure they probably have some systems in place, so you should probably be good. So they are going to ask for ID. That's it. That's it. That's it. They're just going to verify that you are who you say you are. So I wonder about people using a DBA and what proof they'll want for that too. Ooh. It depends, I guess, on how you filed your DBA. And on a lot of instances, that doing business as should follow underneath like an incorporation or an LLC of some sort. But then again, I am not a legal expert, so that's probably a question that you need to say for them. But again, if you haven't gotten the notification, I probably wouldn't sweat it too much. Nothing for me here either. Good, good. What about personal imprints? Are they affected? I wouldn't think so. I don't think so. They're more looking at who's holding the account and does it match up. So as far as the imprints, it just seems like that is completely unrelated to what they're looking for. So they want to make sure whoever they're paying is who they say they are. What's going on, Andy? It's great to see you there, buddy. Great news with the KDP announcement. Hope they roll it out sensibly. Yes, yes, for sure. And I hope that they don't get too heavy-handed and that they're accommodating. I mean, for instance, we just had one of the viewers here that just mentioned that they're going on a cruise and they're going to be gone for a couple of weeks. So in instances like that, I hope that they are a bit more lenient. So, all right, folks, we are going to start to wrap things up. Of course, I'm going to shamelessly plug, again, my latest publication, Self-Publishing for New Authors. You can go ahead and get that at every major fine online retailer. An ebook, paperback, and hardcover. Audiobook is coming soon, as well as a video course for this. Go on over to dailylinks.com/new authors, and if you've already read it, it would mean the world to me if you took a little bit of time to leave a review or rating at any of the fine online retailers that are available. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I'm going to double check here if there's any more questions. My account book got blocked. Hang on a second. I'm going to shut that off. My account, 7 out of 8 book blocked when my book upload, then 10 minutes after book is blocked, so my account is danger or safe. 7 out of 8 of your books got blocked? Dude, you're wow. That's tough. Book Launchers is live right here. If that's you, Julia, please do me a huge favor. There was a lawyer that you had mentioned to me previously. If you know the name, obviously it's going to probably block you from dropping any links and such, but if you know the lawyers' names that help represent KDP account holders, could you pop that here inside the chat before I disconnect the live? If it's not, in fact, my good friend Julie Broad and somebody over from Book Launchers, totally understand. Big shout out to the fine folks over at Book Launchers. You guys are great. Congrats on the new series. Thank you so much. It's coming out one a month, and August 15th, you guys can look forward to Advanced Self-Publishing for Authors. It's a lot more detailed, deep dive for those that are established in this business. New Authors is a great foundation for everybody to do. It's me. Keep talking. I'll get it. Perfect. Thank you so much. I'd actually had a conversation with Julie Broad over at Book Launchers. By the way, you get the opportunity, please go over, visit her channel, subscribe. Julie is one of my heroes in this business. She's one of the reasons why I broke into YouTube. She was one that I modeled myself after. Julie is fantastic, and she actually shared with me a resource in the event of KDP account terminations and you feel it has been wrongful. You're looking for a lawyer that is specific for getting your KDP account back, then this is going to be definitely the thing for you. So I'm going to keep talking. So Amazon seller's attorney. So go ahead and Google that one up, folks. Amazon seller's attorney, and you'll be able to get more details. Again, it does come at a pretty penny, but if you're making a significant amount of income, then it's probably a justifiable expense for sure. Susan Montgomery says, someone I know published a book under his name but used his son's Amazon KDP account. Will that be a problem for him? Then the son would need to make sure that they have an ID and verify it from there. So that's going to be the most important thing. It's about $2,500 for most issues to be resolved, but they will help. Again, folks, Amazon seller's attorney. I want to reach out to this organization here, this firm, and see if I can bring them on for a chat, because I know a lot of you have run into some of the issues of KDP account terminations, and sometimes it's been wrongful in your opinion. So hiring a good attorney who's experienced in the space is a good idea. Again, it comes at a pretty penny, and I know a lot of people out there may not have that discretionary expense, and I apologize if you are not able to afford something like that, but at least it is an option worth considering for those that have that deeper budget. So thank you again, Julie. I really appreciate it. Again, folks, go over, subscribe to Book Launchers. All right, without any further ado, I want to go ahead and wrap up today's broadcast and thank you, the viewers, so much for taking some time out of your day. And if you enjoyed this, make sure that you share it with somebody else that would enjoy it as well and become informed. Share it across social media, email, come join our Discord. It would mean the world. Thanks. I will let him know. Perfect. I had an account terminated in March for an entire month. I fought it myself. It was an AI algorithm problem. Oh, okay. Good, good, good. You're the best. Hey, you're the best too, and you guys are the best. Thank you so much. Big shout out to everybody wherever you're at in the world. I appreciate your support, and I look forward to sharing more information as it rolls out about self-publishing in the very near future. Take care, folks. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in. Special shout out to my channel members for both the podcast channel and the main channel. Without your support, some projects we do at Self-Publishing with Dale would be much harder to fund. If you want to contribute to the cause, visit dalelinks.com/memberships for details and get your on-screen shout out at the end of each broadcast. Till later, this has been Self-Publishing with Dale, and I'll see you soon.